become your child's best friend. Learn to listen to your child to understand them, rather than listening to respond or listening to judge. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. I'm happy I'm learning, because I know in the maybe next year,
Yeah.
that's the that's the stage I'm getting into. And it's very interesting to learn that the children, when it comes even to personalities, they have different personalities, and even how they communicate, they will communicate differently.
Yeah.
So I believe at the end of the day, we as parents, nasemanga parenting haina manual.
No.
Each person parents in their way, but at the end of the day, Leah, it's bringing up those children the right way,
Yeah.
you see, so that we can have that conducive environment for everyone. Now imagine a case where the child has done the suicidal note, because they have, most of them leave the notes. So you as the parent unakuja kuiona baadaye. Have you dealt with such a case? And how was the parent feeling after realizing, like, this happened because I didn't do this?
What we need to understand, Juliet, is that there are so many reasons that can bring about the decision of maybe suicidal ideation, or rather suicide, where a child decides that they will commit suicide, and others have actualized the idea by taking overdose, throwing themselves out down the balcony and all that. What you need to understand is that it doesn't mean that every child that commits suicide, or rather any child who has a suicidal ideation, the parent has failed.
Wow.
You'll find that in other areas, the parent was very present. The parent was there. The parent was understanding. The parent was a friend to this child. But they go ahead and commit the suicide. So you can never put all those suicides in one basket and label them that they committed suicide because the parenting style was or rather harsh, or rather the communication was never there. There are so many reasons as to why a child can commit suicide. In other areas, you'll find a parent very remorseful because maybe an issue happened. For example, we have very high expectations of our children, especially when they sit for their final exams. As a mother, I'd want my daughter to become a doctor. That's what I would really love to see. That I would really love to see my son become a pilot, an engineer. But that's not what they want. If you support your child in the path they are choosing for themselves, then someday they'll come back to you and tell you, thank you, mommy, for supporting me. And they'll be happy. Don't put a lot of pressure to your children to an extent where they will run away from home because of failing. Many times I've told my children, I mentor a lot of children, and I have many children.
Wow.
Both biological and...
Yes, I can attest to that.
Yeah. So I'll sit them some down and I'll tell them, based on what they want to do, yeah, I will support. Before they go back to school, we sit down and agree. What are we bringing home next time we close school? And so I'll go with the line, especially the high schoolers. I'll be like, last time I had a B, I want a B plus. There's somebody will be like, I want a B plus, but initially I had a C plus. We negotiate. We set realistic goals. And so anytime you help your child set a realistic goal, when they come home after closing school, you will not yell at them. Because definitely they'll be able to work towards that. You imagine, Juliet, a child that gets maybe, for example, a C minor, a C student, as a parent, because other parents around your circle, their children are achieving straight A's and B's, B pluses. you want to put a lot of pressure to your child that the next time you're coming home, I want an A. Where will this child get an A from C? Where will they get an A? They can be able to achieve it, but gradually. Suppose they move from a C to a C plus.
Yeah.
For me, that's an achievement. And that's what I do with my children. And gradually I've seen the one that was had very low scores coming up gradually. You know, you getting a B in a subject, eventually you can get you come home with a B plus, or rather maintaining the same place. For me, that's an achievement. And I'll sit you down and I'll congratulate you. You didn't go backwards, at least you maintained. Let's work and at least improve. Let's add a few more points to your grade. And working with these children, understanding them better, even academically, they get to a level where they are proud of themselves. At times they will come home, like I have a daughter, she's going to Form 4 now, and she's a very bright girl. And many times she'll tell me, you know, I can't get an A. My best friend gets straight A's in school, her best friend. And so she'll come home and tell me, you know, mommy, what? I think I can never get an A, because initially she'll do C plus and that was it. But gradually we're at B plus now.
Wow.
So being at B plus, what will prevent us from getting an A?
Nothing.
But it's a journey. You just don't force. You just don't make demands. You help actualize the goal by setting together with your child realistic goal, giving the relevant support if it needs reading material, if it needs getting a tutor for them. Be present in every aspect of their lives, and as a parent, eventually you'll be happy and proud of yourself.
Wow. And you know, we said we are here to create a platform where parents can learn, because at the end of the day we want to raise children, you know, the right way, the right path, for the sake of our society, you know. So I believe maybe someone out there, you're at that phase whereby you and your children, your child, you know, you're not understanding each other. You feel like there is that communication breakdown. I want to encourage you that, you know, Leah has told us it is a journey. So just hang in there, don't give up. And in case you have any question, just write it down on the comment section, and we will be very pleased to get back to you so that we can, you know, we can walk. Leah hapa ako tayari kuwalk na wewe in this journey, because we want to, tunataka sisi wote to ensure the society is a conducive one where each and every person can be proud of. Na tunasemanga hawa watoto ni wetu wote. You know, I wouldn't be happy to see a child taking the wrong direction. Tuko hapa kusaidiana. So tell us, Leah, in case a child comes up with maybe ile njia yenye anataka kufuata, it's something that you feel it's not right, and you've tried your best as a parent to try, like uko na hizo njia zote umetuambia na umefanya, lakini bado you've not achieved that right path. What are you supposed to do?
The most important thing is, a parent, what you need to do is understand why your child is still stuck on that idea. Understand them, understand where they are coming from. You know, instead of you imposing, instead of you bringing so many other things, you know, introducing so many career paths, start by understanding why is it that my child wants to become this. I'll give an example. Of late, many children that come to me, they want to become procurement officers.
Wow.
Yeah, and I did my research. Why is it that 7 out of 10 students that I see, they want to become procurement officers? And what I realize is that they want money. They want money.
Lakini pesa ni mzuri Lea.
Yes, money is good. Money is good. And the narrative, or rather the myth around procurement officers get a lot of money. And therefore, every child wants to become a procurement officer. But it's also important for you. Yeah, it is good. It is a good career.
Yeah.
But how many are getting money in the right way? How many of students have graduated with whatever credentials they graduate with to become procurement officers, and they are still tamarking? Meaning that if a whole school, maybe a class of around 400 children, all of them become teachers, where are we going to get other careers from?
Yeah.
And therefore, you understanding the reason as to why your child wants to become that thing. With the example that I've given was they want to make money. And so we sit down with them and explore what other career can give you money apart from becoming a procurement officer. And they were like, oh, even communication, me becoming a journalist, me becoming a doctor, me becoming a pharmacist, me starting my own an entrepreneur, I can still make money. So what we really need to understand is why, the reason as to why that child or that student is stuck in that line of thought. If you do not have an answer to what you discover, then seek for help.
Wow. Because
that child wants to become a DJ. I'm a church person.
Yeah.
My home is regarded as a born again Christians and all that. And so DJ, according to mates around out there, is that DJs are not born again, they are not spiritual, which is very wrong. It's not true. We have DJs that are spiritual, DJs that are born again, DJs that preach the gospel through music. And so when my child come home and tell me they want to become a DJ, I'll not step on the table screaming, yelling at them, telling them that DJ is not a career. I'll see them and understand, get to understand as to why they want to become a DJ. What do you intend to do? How do you intend to become a DJ? They'll tell you, I've been online searching. I've seen a DJing school where they are teaching, and as a parent, I'll want to put my interest there. I'll go to the website and check. Because if your child wants to become a DJ and you want them to become a teacher, they'll go to the school and study that teaching for you. But eventually, they'll end up back in whatever they wanted to become. There is no a wrong career, as long as it's a decent job. As long as it's because not every child is talented, or our children are talented differently.
True.
There's a child that will score A's without struggle. There's a child, for them to get that A, they will transnight. They will put a lot of effort. There are others that will be in class the whole time. They will do the homeworks, they will be attentive, but still they don't get to that point of getting an A. Therefore, as a parent, as our children grow up, we get to identify your child's strengths.
Wow.
Your child can really sing very well. What if I mentor them through that direction? My child can act. Gone are the days where acting was never a career. There are people that are earning a lot of money today through acting. So me understanding my child, their strengths, empowering them, mentoring them, seeking for support from experienced people in the careers they want to get in, then I become a blessing to them. And another thing that I need to mention, Juliet, is that a very important question is, where does this communication start? We started this conversation and we're talking about communication. Where should this communication happen? Where should you sit your child down and talk to them about the issues around them? We are so rigid as parents,
Yeah.
to a point that you have to sit them in your living room. And even other children will be knowing, anytime you call them to the living room, they know.
They know.
They will even mama and whisper, court time,
Kimeumana.
court time, mama kimeumana, because that's where you sit and fight and all that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Today I keep telling parents, be in the kitchen with your daughter. You preparing dinner, initiate a conversation. Start talking about issues. Point on issues that you're concerned about as a parent. You know, these days I see you dressing, you're no longer changing that short. Why is it that you love that short too much?
Yeah.
You're cooking. So they'll be honest because you're not grilling them. It's not a serious kind of a setup. And so they will open up and they'll tell you, know, I love this short because it's above the knee and the others are below the knee. Definitely that's a conversation that can really flow for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, walk with your child to the garden. Go sit in a mall with your child. Buy them ice cream and talk. Because in the process of you going to the mall with them, sitting down with them for an ice cream, you know, already they see a friend in you. And so they will open up, you know, like, buy me my favorite ice cream and we sit down and talk.
Wow.
Listen to them. Go to the park, picnic, pack some stuff in the house if you don't have money. Carry your Masai shuka, leso. Put it on the floor somewhere in a park.
Yeah.
Eat your githeri in a park. That's unique.
Wow.
And that will initiate a conversations that you never thought you'll ever get with your child.
Wow.
Leave, gone are the days where you sit in your living room. You know, that particular seat is like the dock in the courtroom, where when your child sits there, they know kuna kitu nilifanya.
Wow.
I'm about to be accused. Just make it easy. You know, don't put a lot of struggle. Don't make announcements. You know, many times we tell our children when you're leaving home, nitarudi tutaonana. So the whole day your child will be cramming on the response.
Yeah.
Mama ataniuliza hivi, so nitajibu hivi, ama niseme niko mgonjwa. So by the time you're coming home, your child is very sick. And actually they've got fever because they've been stressed the whole day on how they will handle this issue. Just be an easy parent. You know, like, come, let's go to the kitchen. Come, let's go to for shopping.
Yeah.
You're pushing that cart, the trolley. You questioning, you bring in conversations that you feel are important, or rather questions that you had. And by the time you're finishing that shopping, your child will have opened up to you. They'll be very happy that a communication can happen outside the normal sitting room in their home.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting. And I would say I don't want to nimelan, you know, because that is so informative. And I believe, as I said earlier, parenting has no manual. And each and every parent, we want the best for our children. And I believe, as much as we are doing all this, you know, praying for them, committing them to God, and just telling God to walk with us in this journey, because it's not easy.
It's never
especially
easy.
When you have the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, kuendelea hivyo.
Yeah.
It's not easy. So I would want you to give us your parting shot, maybe a word of encouragement to parents out there, to children out there, anyone who is watching, just to, you know, to give us your last comments.
Okay. I would love to tell us parents that it's not too late to improve on to enhance our communication skills when it comes to communicating with our children. You can start from today. You can bring all these changes. You can learn, you can adjust, and you can become that parent who a child will be looking up to every day to come talk to you, to come share their experiences with you, it's never too late. Communication is very important, and as long as you won't get to a level of communicating well with your children, then you will have loads and loads of conflicts. But from our discussions today and going forward, we'll get to learn more and become better parents. Yeah, it's never too late, and you're doing a very good job with your children. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leah. And you said it right. You know, even in our next conversations, we are looking forward to hear more from you, because I believe kila mtu na field yake.
Yeah.
For us, we are here to learn, and what I would say is we can only look forward for the next one.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for watching. As I said from the beginning, we are here to learn. So keep subscribing. Let's keep those numbers going up so that we can learn more together. And at the end of the day, we are here to make the environment a better place for each and every one of us. So thank you. I have been your host, Juliet Wangoi. Until next time, bye-bye.